Reports suggesting that Manchester United have finally got their man. Manuel Ugarte looks like he's going to make the switch from PSG to Old Trafford. 60 million euros is the reported fee for the Uruguayan international. For more on this, I feel like it's been a while. Don Hutchinson joins us. Technically beautiful, as always. Don, we'll go to you in a moment. But, Ali, you've seen a lot of Ugarte, of course, at international level for Uruguay. What sort of player are United getting, and can he make an impact at Old Trafford?
A prototype of what a Uruguayan midfielder has looked like historically. A guy who's tough on the ball, who's tough on the challenge, on the tackle, ball-winning midfielder, but also clean enough in possession to where he can actually dictate the tempo and the pace of the game. Likes to run around, likes to get physical, likes to get in people's faces. There is indeed a player in Ugarte that I think will match the intensity that it is required from that sort of position, and that actually looks forward to the intensity that it is required from that position. Okay, on paper, this is... I look at Ugarte as a player that will make an impact in any team, but certainly Manchester United needed a player like Manuel Ugarte in the midfield, and it's a need that is being filled by one of the best, in my opinion anyways, one of the best young holding midfielders in the world.
To replace Casemiro?
Eventually. I mean, I think that's a plan, right? I see a way in which Ten Hag could massage the situation and play them together, Ugarte and Casemiro, and that Ugarte is doing a lot more of the dirty work and Casemiro more of the distribution. However, this has Kobbie Mainoo and Manuel Ugarte playing together in the midfield sooner rather than later.
Don, a much-needed addition to this Manchester United squad.
Oh, very much. I don't think at the moment Man United will get the best out of Kobbie Mainoo with Casemiro, because when you look at the profile of the two players, they don't really go box to box, not particularly quick. They can't cover the ground. So it sort of looks like they're buying a young Casemiro to get around the pitch to help Kobbie Mainoo. When you look at Kobbie Mainoo when he plays for England, he plays with Declan Rice, an athlete alongside him, you start seeing the best out of him because he's a technical player. So having Ugarte in there alongside him, I probably think it's a beginning of the end for Casemiro. I think, you know, they'll probably try to move him on, like they tried to move him on to Saudi, but that didn't work because of the wages that he's on. But in terms of how Man United will look with Kobbie Mainoo, Ugarte in that midfield, all of a sudden, I would imagine if you're a Man United fan, you would feel a lot more secure, because even in the couple of games that they've played with Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo, they've still looked a little bit wide open in the middle of the park.
As you say, that deal looks set to be done. Meanwhile, I want your thoughts on another deal that's in the rumour mill, Don. We talked about it yesterday. The possibility of Chiesa moving from Juventus to Liverpool. You followed Chiesa, of course, throughout his career. Does this make sense?
You know what? When you look at it a little bit deeply and a little bit closer, it sort of does, because when you think of the wide players and the attacking players that Liverpool have got, you half think, well, do Liverpool really need him? They need a number 6. That's what they've been crying out for. But to stop any noise that might be appearing over Mo Salah, if he's linked with Saudi again in January, you think if you're going to get Chiesa in at 26, if he can stay fit, he's going to play on that right-hand side. So it adds competition for places. Also, domestically, Liverpool can then rest Mo Salah. I know he's not a player that likes to be rested too many times in the cup competitions, domestically Champions League. But it just gives them that little bit of balance on that right-hand side if they were to rest Mo Salah for a game or two, or he got injured, which he never does. But I think the bigger picture is, if there was any noise on Mo Salah leaving, they've got a 26-year-old who can fill in. I'm not saying he's going to get the goals, nowhere near Mo Salah. But I would imagine the way he operates and the way that he plays, he's not like a silky sort of static player. He's going to provide energy. He's a hard runner. And bringing that to the Premier League, I think it's only a good thing.
But you've got to keep him fit, Don. What, he's missed over 60 games in the last 3 seasons?
Yeah. No, that's the problem, Dan. That is the problem. Having his ACL injuries, he's come back. Since he's strengthened those legs, he's picked up a lot of muscle injuries, so soft tissues, like hamstrings and calves and quad, stuff like that. It's difficult. You're getting a top-class player if you keep him fit. The problem is, if you're picking Liverpool's best 11, he's not in it. So Liverpool fans, if he does come, I think will be pretty excited that they're getting, you know, a really, really good squad player, and when fit and when playing, a real exciting player to watch.
See, if I'm Liverpool, Shaq, and a Liverpool fan, I'm not going to be excited about a squad player. I don't want a squad player. I want someone who's going to come make a difference. I want a centre midfielder that's going to... I want an Ugarte that's going to come and fight.
Listen, given kind of the lack of activity with Liverpool, I totally understand what you're saying. And for me, the Chiesa signing is a warm body, a gamble maybe worth taking, depending on the numbers involved. But no more else. It all comes down to how much you're paying for him and how much you can keep him fit. Still a lot of questions about Liverpool. We know that they're the makings of a very good side there, but kind of given the change of manager, lack of activity this summer, you continue to have those concerns. You don't feel Liverpool are truly closing the gap on Arsenal and Manchester City.
Meanwhile, we've been very nice to Chelsea of late. Still time, of course, to them to add to what is their bare-bones squad, Don. Toney or Osimhen have been linked to be that number 9 that we've been calling out for, of course, ahead of Nico Jackson. Obviously, I think it's fair to say if you had to choose between the two, it would be Osimhen. Yeah, absolutely. Toney's an underrated player, though, Dan. He's a player that would go into a side and improve a lot of sides because of the way that he plays, the target man that he is, the goals that he gets. Again, he's a hard worker. He's not shy of working hard, so he would fit, I think, the Chelsea profile in terms of the team. Maybe he's not long-term. It's just bizarre what they're doing. I mean, honestly, there's been links with Raheem Sterling going to Man United, Jadon Sancho coming the other way. We've done all that. We've done all that, Don. If you watch every day, you know.
I know.
But when it comes to what they're looking to do, who fits the bill better between those two?
I think Osimhen. You know my love for him. Absolutely, he's a better player all round. He's got more to his game. He can work the channels himself. His hold-up play is probably better. He scores goals. He's a difference maker. Toney's not a million miles behind him, so it depends on what the option is in terms of money. But if you're asking me who would I pick, it's Osimhen every day of the week.
Go for both.
Why not?
Why stop now? Yeah, look, it should be Victor Osimhen if indeed you're serious about making a move for a striker. If it is a game changer that you're looking to find, it is Victor Osimhen. Ivan Toney, even though Dom can make an argument for him, and I suppose that we can sit here and make an argument for him, I don't think he's in the same category as Victor Osimhen.
For me, it just comes down to numbers with Osimhen. Whether Arsenal are willing to pay whatever Osimhen is asking for, or more to the point, whether Arsenal are willing to match what PSG may be willing to pay. And Ivan Toney is a good second option. A very good second option in a position that Arsenal...
Chelsea.
We're talking about Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Don't worry.
Chelsea.
I'd let it go once, but 6 times.
Well, we got there in the end. Whether Chelsea can match those numbers...
Yes.
It's a good plan B in a position that they
Arsenal?
need. Both of them. Let's just go for both.
Meanwhile, João Cancelo looks like he's on the move. The Manchester City player is going to Saudi Arabia, according to reports. Of course, has been here, there and everywhere. Hasn't really fitted in. It is official. He will be going to Al Hilal then from Manchester City.